I swear if I hear the name Joe Webb one more time, I'm going to throw up live here at ENN. The Philadelphia Eagles finally play tomorrow, or at least I think so. We'll talk about all that and more, and why am I so mad? We'll talk about that coming up next.
The following announcement has been paid for by
the ENN Podcast.
He has a good energy, you guys.
Can you believe it? Can
Sport.
you feel it? Can you feel that excitement? The merchandise, wearing the hats.
Chris Wild here live from Lincoln Financial.
And I'm telling you, if you let Eli Manning walk into that stadium...
Music.
Wow.
Man, again, and I hate to do this again, but these are goosebumps.
Whoa!
And more.
What's his next book gonna be called? Spineless?
Mike.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the ENN Podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wild, live from Bar 4133. And before I go on this rant, let's get some positivity out of the way. First off, I want to thank everybody that watched the holiday special known as One Night Stand with myself and Zach the Ripper Comics live last night. We had a bunch of fun, over 2.5 hours of content that may or may not have even seen me singing. Yeah, it was that kind of night. And also, I want to give a huge shout out and big thank you to subscriber Natalie, who works at Guess in LA and sent me this badass, awesome skull t-shirt as well as these brand new headbands. Big shout out to subscriber Natalie. And as always, if you send me swag, I'm going to wear it right here live at Bar 4133. Now let's get into the news at hand. The Philadelphia Eagles face the Washington football team, and they were supposed to face them Sunday. Well, that didn't happen due to COVID-19 outbreak in Washington, as they had over 20 of their players test positive for this virus, starting with Montez Sweat, who was unvaccinated and said he was not going to get vaccinated, even after Ron Rivera had specialists come and talk to the team during the offseason. Now, that set up their quarterback room to have basically nobody to play quarterback. Their entire defensive line is out, and it looked like it was going to be basically a walkthrough for the Eagles on Sunday. On Friday, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and look, if there's a Grinch and if it's a real thing, Roger Goodell is that Grinch. He decided that the Philadelphia Eagles were not going to play on Sunday against Washington, that he was going to give Washington some more days to get some of their team testing negative, and that the Eagles were going to play a Tuesday night game at the Link. Now, all week long, and I'm going to get this out of the way right off the bat, all week long, all I've heard is the name Joe Webb. And if you don't know who Joe Webb is, he was a wide receiver who had to play quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings 11 years ago on a Tuesday night due to some weather issues in Philadelphia. They postponed the game to Tuesday, and the Philadelphia Eagles lost that game. Now, Joe Webb really didn't have much to do with it. It was more on the defensive side for Minnesota, but that's the name that you hear over and over again. That's all I've heard all week is Joe Webb, Joe Webb, Joe Webb. This is going to be disappointing. It's going to be another Joe Webb game, blah, blah, blah. Now, look, I've heard from media that Eagle fans are complaining and that they're upset because they're not going to get this easy win and they're scared of the Washington football team getting their players back. I'm not scared of the Washington football team. As a matter of fact, you're scared by a dog because it's does no good. If you're scared of a team that has Tyler Heineke or Kyle Allen playing quarterback that when they haven't practiced all week long, and all these guys on the defense haven't practiced all week long, and it's at home, playoff implications, if you're scared of that, then you might as well not even watch the game. And if you're the Eagles and if you're scared of that, you might as well not even play. If the Eagles cannot win this game, they do not deserve to be in any talks for playoffs for the rest of the season. That's just the fact. I don't give a shit about the Washington football team. What I do care about is the fact that the Eagles now have to play 3 games in 13 days being in a playoff hunt. Now, anybody that's an athlete or anybody that's just maybe went for a run, know that your body kind of tends to be sore a couple days after that athletic activity. And the Eagles' bodies do not really get a chance to rest now as they have to face a New York Giant team, and I know the Giants are horrible. I still don't understand how we lost to them the first game, but it doesn't matter. These are still athletes that still have to put their bodies in motion, and once again, the body doesn't have a chance to rest and heal. It's not going to be anywhere close to 100% when they face the Giants, and then they have to face the Washington team again, and then, of course, close out against Dallas. It is just a bad bad hand that is played by the commissioner to the Eagles, making them have to play Tuesday and then Sunday. When teams play on Thursday for Thursday Night Football, they don't play that following Sunday. They wait a week. Now, the Eagles have been, at least at this point right now, they should be the most well-rested team in the NFL with 16 days rest coming off of a bye week, so their guys should be ready to go. Now, what this has done is, because this game is postponed, Landon Dickerson, one of the star offensive linemen, I call him a star because he's played absolutely out of his mind being a rookie. He tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday. He most likely is not going to play, and Washington gets their players back. So again, it's just a bad hand dealt by the Eagles. Now, one of the bad things for Washington is they lost a bunch of their coaches today as they have tested positive for COVID-19, and they're losing their all-star lineman and Brandon Sheriff. So again, they're dealt a bad hand as well, and it just is what it is at this point. I don't care about the Washington football team. I am worried, however, of the Eagles having to play 3 games in 13 games. It's just not fair. No matter how you slice it, it's not fair. And I'm not sitting here to whine about it. I hope the Eagles have more momentum going their way, and they have something more, another chip just to put on that shoulder about how they're being done wrong by the league. And I hope that this game is over by the fourth quarter and the Eagles blow the Washington football team out. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen because this is still a team that I can't trust. I still can't trust a team that lost to the New York Giants, the horrible, horrible New York Giants. That game still sticks in my head, is why I still can't trust this team. They're going to have to go out and really whoop some ass tomorrow and make a statement. Now live on national TV, a Tuesday night game. Now, I've ranted and raved. It's not a word. I've ranted and raved enough tonight, and tomorrow I will be at the game in Philadelphia with my father. And again, it's a shorthand for me because that messes up a work schedule for me, and it's some different things that I had scheduled that now we have to go from a Sunday to a Tuesday. And my father had to take off from work, but it is our annual Christmas game, and I cannot wait to be there tomorrow night at the Link, 4th and John tailgate. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to be louder than we were Sunday because now we're pissed off, and that's what happens when you mess with Philly fans. We get pissed off. At the end of the day, we're all a family. And with that being said, guys, everybody stay safe out there. It is nuts, not just with COVID-19, but with holiday shopping. Oh, my goodness, people forget how to drive. At least it is like that on the East Coast. But everybody stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Go Birds, and I'll see you later.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
I need Eagle Nation to stand.